People often say Rwandans enjoy comic, light, and unserious content. We refuse to believe that. The Voices podcast is here to help you get all the information you need if you are one of those people that are interested in informative, educative, and inspirational content. The Voices podcast is hosted by Arafat. We're here to give you all the information that you've been yearning to get in Rwanda. If you're one of those people, then welcome to the Voices podcast. Yeah, the Voices podcast. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us once again on the Voices podcast. My name is Arafat. Today, we are honored. We have a special guest in the studio. Today, we are joined by one of the, inspiring women entrepreneurs in Kigali. Today, we are joined by Christine Babazi. Christine Babazi is the CEO and founder of Nature Kigali. Nature Kigali, is a peaceful boutique hotel. It is a restaurant, and it is also an event space. She manages this space as the CEO and the manager, of course, the founder. She runs it, in combination with other things, which I don't know, but she'll help us understand that. So today, she joins us to discuss more on building a hospitality business in Rwanda, what it takes to have a successful hospitality business in Kigali, and also looking at the challenges, the successes, and perhaps someone out there who is hoping to open up a hospitality business in Kigali, what you need to look up to when you to start it in Kigali, because there are so many challenges, or even the government makes it easy, you never know. She will tell us that. But of course, don't go away before listening to the full conversation, because she's here with us in the studio. Christine.
Yes, please.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Great.
How is life?
Life is good. I am grateful. Life is very, very good. Yes.
Nice to meet you from Nature Kigali.
Nice to meet you too.
How is life turning up in Nature Kigali? Is the business going well?
It is going well. It actually is growing really well on a good scale. Yeah.
So maybe before we go deeper into the conversation of today, I just wanted you to tell our listeners, our viewers, who is Christine? If someone meets you across the road, maybe they must know who is Christine. Who are you?
Christine is a mother of three. I'm a wife. And I like referring myself to a serial entrepreneur, because I do run different businesses and which produce like different streams of income. And I'm basically more entrepreneurial, like just to bring it all together. So when we meet in 5 minutes conversation, for the first time, you'll understand my mindset and mentality runs around entrepreneurship and business. Yeah.
So, Christine, seriously, the reason as to why I personally felt like it's very important to host you here on the show is I've known you being in the media industry.
Right.
And so many people know you from that earlier.
Yes.
But of recent, I think 3 or 4 years ago, you transitioned into hospitality and became more serious in that business. We are seeing a boutique functioning very well. We are seeing your restaurant everywhere. And of course, there's space for events. People can come and, have fun. Kids have fun. I need to understand your transition from media to hospitality. How did it come? Can you take us back to where the idea of starting Nature Kigali traces from?
Yeah, that's going to bring me back to a few memories going down the lane. So I was in the media for quite some time, and then I left Rwanda for Thailand when I got married in 2015. And then when I returned back, my status had changed. I had become a mother. I had 2 kids by then, and then I was pregnant when we came back in 2020. But the whole traveling from 2015 to going to different places, different countries, in those countries, visiting different hotels, seeing how the hospitality works, and then to coming back home and wanting to settle home with my family, it brought me about starting something that is authentic. which brought about bringing families together, a space that parents feel at home and then children are also very happy, a place where families basically connect, unwind, and that was the idea. So the transition came about me transitioning my status from singlehood when I was in the journalism sector to coming to motherhood, which brought me to now filling a gap of families connecting, and basically motherhood brought me to start Nature Kigali, if I may say. Yes.
So the thing is, like, after leaving Kigali to Thailand, you lived there and you saw how people, operated hospitality business. You were like, if I happen to go back to Kigali, this is the thing I'm going to do. Is that the case?
That's the case, but it wasn't only in Thailand. It was so many different countries that we traveled to, especially during vacation, and seeing what people in other places or other countries or other hotels, other hospitality sectors, how they were delivering the services. And then you come back home for like a vacation. I used to come home every 3 or 4 months because I had businesses here, and seeing the whole difference, especially in the boutique style type of stays and types of services. That's where the demand or the need to create a solution started for me.
Wow, that's wonderful. So when was that?
This was around 2021, 2020, 2021. It was around COVID time, but mainly it came about, let's see how days go, how COVID ends, and then we see what we can do.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes. Like to bring things back together, back to normal, Yeah, because lives had changed.
So you returned from Thailand during COVID-19?
We were actually in Addis Ababa, so we moved around.
Oh.
Yeah, but this time it was from Ethiopia.
Okay. So coming to Kigali, and you were like, did you have the building already in place? Did you have all the strategies in place? Or after COVID, you're like, this is the only vibrant business we have to do? I don't understand.
Yes.
Having the experience from Thailand and these other places you visited, and also saying, no, out of all the experiences I've had, this is the kind of business I have to do.
Yeah, so we have land on Lake Muhazi in the eastern part of Rwanda, the eastern province, and in Gishadi. So the first idea was for us to start something there, like have like mainly like boutique hotels, or have like villas or hotel apartments, or something like lake hotels, something like we really wanted to start something, but mainly that is brought around sustainability and then agrotourism kind of idea. But then we didn't have an experience firsthand for us to be far away from Kigali. So we looked at the possibilities of regular customers coming in the eastern province, and we saw it would bring a big gap for us in terms of creating clientele and getting the step into the sector. So that's when we thought, by saying it's my husband and I, we thought of maybe we could get somewhere that is perfectly located and get the foot in, run it, create a clientele base, get the name out there, and then give ourselves a foundation in the industry. So that's how starting Nature Kigali in a place like Nyarutarama came about. So we don't own the structure, we don't own the place, we rent it, but we rent it long term. So when I saw that particular place, it reflected to exactly how I pictured a place for us to start a space like Nature Kigali, because we didn't even have the name back then. So yeah, it started with, we have a place in Muhazi, but how realistic is that in terms of bringing people in constantly versus, all right, let's get a place in the most perfect location, a prime location, and start there, create a foundation, and see how it goes. And that's what it has been.
So how long has it been now since you started Nature Kigali?
We started in October 2022, so just a little bit over 3 years.
Okay. So looking at your business today,
yes,
what are some of the lessons that you've learned in that business of hospitality that perhaps you can give out to someone else who is yearning or planning to have the same kind of business in Kigali?
The first thing is consistency is everything. That's like self-explanatory. And then 2, people care so much about the details. So for us, we are a boutique hotel. We have accommodation, part of the business. And then we are a family stroke groups friendly space. And then we are an event space. But then also we attract people or clients who love the greenery, the mature trees, the calm space. And that's mainly the clients who come for retreats and all. So the place itself is set to attract different clienteles. So we work around consistency. We work around the details of making sure that the place still looks good. And then we work around, Arafat, when you go to a place and they remember your name, how does that make you feel? You feel like you're home. You feel like you're welcome, you're belonging.
You feel like you're catered for.
Yes.
You feel like they know you,
Yes.
So you're talking about details, and that's really very key. If you were to elaborate more on that, what are the key details that even you yourself, when you visit some places, hospitality places, that you see that they're way, way back from what it means to have details on?
Yeah, good. For me, it comes to customization. Your need is not a need for someone else, and someone else's needs is not a need for, like these 3 people come for different types of services, come for different experiences. So the way I'm going to detail a service for you is not the same way I'm going to detail a service for someone Y and someone X and someone Z. So it comes around me noticing who you are. Yeah. So it's Arafat. Today he looks stressed, but he's brought the kids to play. So what does Arafat need in this moment? Arafat needs a huge smile, a huge welcome, so that at least he feels like his brain has changed location. So if I come to Arafat like someone who has come in jolly and happy, it's totally going to be a whole experience that he's not expecting. So I read you as you enter. So and I've trained my service people to read you, or my waitresses and waiters to read you as you enter. So it comes around customization first. And then 2, it's more about your details. So if you want a meal, but you don't want onions in them, in some places you go and they're like, oh yeah, this is what we give. The chef cannot change it. Like, what are you talking about?
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, so sometimes I go to places, there's so many meals that I don't eat. And then it's very hard for me to get a customized service as me. So by the time I leave, I'm so agitated. I'm not happy. I'm just like, these people are so like brain coded, like it's just not the experience that I expected. And then another detail that I talk about mainly is how you leave the place. Because the way you leave the place is going to help you, is going to help us bring you back, because we like returnees. So when you leave the place or Nature Kigali in a way that you're happy, your kids are very happy. If your son is called Larkin, I'll say, hi, bye, Larkin, see you next time. And then the children go when they don't want to go. Like it's more those kind of details, having a children's entertainer on site, for the event space, giving you like 2 or 3 exclusive people to serve you. It's basically the small little things that should be obvious, but they're not obvious. You get my point? Yeah.
Very key. So now I'm looking at doing business in Kigali, shelling it with, combining it with costs.
Yes.
Because, let me be specific here.
Yes.
In Kigali, most people tell you that, restaurants, boutiques in Kigali are for the foreigners. Those are not our things,
Totally.
I can't go to Nature Kigali for lunch because I've seen you started that at your restaurant, and now people are coming for lunch.
Yes.
Brunches and all that.
Yeah.
And a person like me, who has not even visited the place,
Right.
let's say for me, I've visited the place more than 5 times.
Yes.
But someone will say, those things in Nature Kigali, those are white people's things, those are foreigners' things. What would you tell someone who is like still captured into that circle of saying that, boutiques, hotels, restaurants, VIP restaurants, so-called VIP restaurants in Kigali are for foreigners, what would you tell them? And how do you bring the cost so that it comes down to the domestic person to also be able to afford that?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So first of all, yes, you're right. People have such mindsets because people say, "Hey, Nadine Squatter have a Zung." You get me.
Yes.
But when they take an extra step outside their perception or mindsets, they actually see that no, the prices are fair. First of all, they serve food that we eat because we rely on farming some of our crops. So sustainability also counts, but also the fact that a local client finds themselves having a lot of meals on the menu, which is also something we've really focused on. And then 3, it mainly comes about wanting the sense of belonging for the locals. Yeah, I'm talking about my country people.
Yeah,
my people.
Sure.
So they come for belonging. Like they really usually get surprised to find such a space in the heart of the city, you know? So it's if at least they took a step to come, if at least they took a step, those who have those kind of mindsets you're talking about, it surprises them, but it also makes them stay. So it's about giving it a try, you know? But then maybe now that you're talking about it, it calls for me or the whole company to work around advertising mainly for the locals, because 80% of our clientele are locals.
80%?
80% are locals. Yes,
really?
Yes. You'd be surprised. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, because I'll tell you this, because from on the weekends mainly, anytime you walk in from, let's say, 11 till the evening, it's mainly the locals. 90% are the locals. And then the people who are so many who come for events, I would even like to say 98 of them are locals, because we host around different NGOs, offices and companies, or groups of people who are having like bridal showers, birthday parties, baby showers and all. So all these clienteles that I've mentioned, they're all locals. So that perception to me, it reflects badly on who we actually are. So I'll take time to say, whoever feels like that, no, we are for the Rwandans.
Christine, how do you make sure that your prices are fair, but the space is expensive?
When we started Nature Kigali, I didn't want mindset. Mindset is a big thing. So when we started Nature Kigali, I didn't want it to run in my client's head like an expensive place. So we set it up today and the way it is, in a way that it talks to you like a returnable place. You know, no glittering things, no, you know, like it doesn't look like a very expensive place, because we would have, with the type of clientele we target, we would have thought to return them if I had set it in a way that it looks 5-star or it looks very expensive with a lot of imported things or local things that are of high end. It would have played in people's minds to wait for the monthly salary to come to Nature Kigali. Yet I myself have 3 children. I want my children, at least let's go connect every twice a week. There has to be a factor of affordability. So the fact that we source food locally helps us cut the costs. And as a result, on the menu, which is something that combines the client and us, the prices are visibly really fair in a way that you don't need to get your whole monthly pay.
I mean, you would call it fair.
It is fair.
As a business owner, but let's be fair here. Be honest a bit.
Yes.
If I'm a monthly employee of like 1M Rwandan francs, honestly, would I afford your restaurant for a whole month?
For a month? Absolutely. Well, you're not going to come to Nature every single day, but let's imagine on a good note, you came in for a coffee or lunch. Lunch is 6,000, Arafat. Lunch is 6,000. A plate that has freshly cooked meal, a freshly cooked meal, not something that is left over from like yesterday.
That's
freshly
affordable,
cooked.
for
That's
sure.
totally affordable.
That's totally affordable.
Yeah.
With a drink?
With a drink, it's 7,000. If you want with a drink, it's 7,000. But we're talking about like a meat on your plate, rice on your plate, cooked in different ways through the week, a starch on your plate, a vegetable on your plate, and a nice homemade dessert. Like, how do you beat that?
With fruits?
In terms of either fruits or a cake. We play around with changing.
Okay, cool. That's very nice. There's this question that most people ask when it comes to restaurants.
Okay.
Why I'm focusing more on the restaurant?
Yes.
I think I wanted to ask you about that, but maybe we'll come later. I wanted to ask you about why you're now more focused on the restaurant than the boutique, because the restaurant now brings the restaurant and the events, the event space.
Yes.
Because you can't talk about the restaurant and take away the event space because they work together.
Correct.
But why is it that now you focused more on the restaurant? Have you seen a loophole in the restaurant management in Rwanda? Have you seen challenges that most people are not really have not tapped into that you want to cover? Is that why?
Oh, the reason as to why, first of all, we are a boutique hotel. We're only 6 rooms of accommodation. And looking at it, I feel like I'd like to take credit. Me and the team, we've done a very, very good job to keep our online presence really active for the accommodation by being on different booking sites. So technically that runs itself. Yes, we still need to do marketing here and there. Coca-Cola does marketing every time.
Sure.
So yeah, we still need to, respond to reviews, do this and that. But clearly it's now running with our network. And then also the online visibility that we have. Now, the reason as to why we're focusing on the restaurant, it's mainly because it's not an easy business. It comes with so many challenges. The restaurant, the staffing, the costs that you're talking about, because before you know it, they're stealing from you. This is a reality. And then 3, it comes with people want new things. People want innovation every time. People want you to show us what's new. Why am I coming again? So the creativity is needed a lot more in the restaurant than in the accommodation type of business. So you have to step up and be steps ahead in the game of so many other places, especially the fact that we attract families. Families need to know, what do you have? And the branch, what is it going to be this time?
What's new on the menu?
What's new on the menu? Or during the festive seasons, what do you have for us? Yes, we have sharing platters on the 24th. We have Thursday brunch on Christmas Day. And, you play around with it. Like now, we have a movie night tomorrow for families on the 31st, the eve of the New Year. And then we have proper lunch on the New Year's Day. You come up with creativity to make sure that you're up there and people keep coming to you. So the restaurant business needs a lot more creativity and putting so much heart into it than the accommodation, honestly.
How did you discover the difficulty?
Experience, daily experience and daily feedback. When you're into something every day, you learn a pattern. You learn the habit. You learn what works for you. You learn what doesn't work for you. You learn what people are appreciating, what they're not appreciating, what's moving, what's not moving. So you align all those things, you analyze them properly, and then you eliminate, bring in new things, eliminate, bring in new things. So it was mainly learning through experience. It's been 3 years now, and I'd say we're really standing strong. Yeah.
Christine, there's one question that I know people running restaurants or hospitality business are really struggling with.
Okay.
It is response to feedback.
Right.
How do you correct complaints and how do you respond? Is there a channel that perhaps you could help educate someone else who is also, struggling with this, that you would help them learn from you?
So there are direct complaints that a client might give you physically when they're still there. To me, that's easy peasy, like something very easy to deal with. I'm not saying that their complaint is undervalued, but it's a chance for you to correct immediately before it goes online. I fear online. I have a phobia for negative criticism online for my space. If a client comes to you with a negative feedback or with a criticism of their experience in that particular time, pay attention. Don't downplay it. Pay so much attention. Understand where they're coming from. Now, we, like, as business owners, we're not usually the ones on the ground. We have people. So train your staff and put a channel of reporting in a way that if the waitress is dealing with a client and the client has complained about something, how do they treat themselves? How do they manage that particular conflict or that particular misunderstanding or feedback timing that is going on? And if the waitress is not in the position to handle it in the right way, or maybe it's beyond their responsibility, who do they report to next? Make sure that person is clear and they know that at this particular point, if things go out of hand, let's go to our immediate supervisor. So you do that. And then from there, by the time it escalates, then it's actually a very big problem. So take advantage and deal with it. If it's not paying, please let them not pay, because you're basically, you're not fighting for the money. Don't fight for the money, the bill, the last bill. Make sure that the client's complaint has been heard 100% and resolved. Now, when it comes to online, you have to be polite about it. You have to really, really acknowledge the fact that it has happened, and then now promise the client that you're going to work on it, and you have to actually work on it in a way that the client now sees a difference, and maybe they'll return. Yeah, so pay so much attention to negative criticism or feedback from clients.
So what you're trying to say is that it's also very key to train your waitress, your managers, your supervisors, to be able to handle the case before it escalates to the manager.
That's correct. Yes, wow. It saves a lot.
Wow,
then also the client feels like they're heard.
So that simply means that it's very key to even give authority to everyone who is considered an operator in your business.
Yeah,
give them authority to be able to handle cases.
Yes,
because as you mentioned, when someone goes out from your space and complain online, or gives it to someone else, the other person will be an ambassador of the bad information.
That's correct.
About you.
That's correct.
So it's really very important. I understand that it's very key. If the problem arises, and the waiter is the one there to immediately try to handle it.
Yes.
So that means do you give trainings to mostly? Do you equip them with trainings about this management and handling cases?
We do trainings, but in form of taking examples of specific scenarios that has happened. So if you come to Nature Kigali and your experience is not good, God forbid, but I'm just giving an example. I'm going to use, we have a staff meeting morning briefing every day with the staff at 9 a.m. So I'm going to use that scenario of last night or yesterday or whatever time it happened. But to me, it has to be immediate because I don't like having things hanging. And I'm going to use that scenario to teach everyone on how we should have handled it, or we could have handled it, or how we are supposed to handle it. And then also, I like giving them a sense of responsibility. I don't want to call it a heavy sense of responsibility, but something that runs in their mindsets to basically just tell them, you're responsible. Make a decision. What would you have done if you were in this client's shoes and your food delayed for more than 40 minutes? What would you have done? And you have very hungry children and it's lunchtime.
That's wonderful.
It was a very, very good thing, but still we're a team that promotes a lot from within, and we believe so much in growth, and we believe a lot in the staff that performs gets some sort of more like if you get in a client and you close the deal, would give you a 5% or a 10%, more like an incentive.
Wow.
Yeah, for you. The lady who works at the reception, she gets a 10% of the sales of the hotel. That's her extra money on the side. So we set targets, and she knows we have to bring in this amount of money per month. And if she reaches that target, even exceeds it, she gets her 10%. And if she doesn't, we see where we can go in between.
Wow, I like that.
Yes.
That's really wonderful. There's one guy who says that you should always, if you own a business, you should always create a culture where your employees are always waiting for the Monday so they can go to work.
That's my employees.
How do you make sure that? I mean, because it's really not easy, as you just mentioned.
No, it's not easy. We treat employees well.
So for you, it's really very key.
It's key that my staff,
if you're to retain your staff, you need to make sure that you treat them well.
Yeah, some people would say, regardless of how well you treat them, they'll still go. They'll still go to your competitor. They'll still do this. But I still find that there is that sense of they're humans. Don't treat them like... We don't even treat animals as animals. You know that saying of like, you're an animal or this person acts like an animal. Even animals are not treated as animals, you know? So mainly for me, it's key that my staff eat well. You see how simple that is, but yet it means a lot. So I hired someone full-time who cooks for my staff, makes breakfast for them. They have a menu.
Wow.
Yes, as simple as it sounds. When we have more like get-togethers, these are the small things they note out. Their birthdays are celebrated. We take 4 months, 5 months, celebrate everyone, make a cake, get drinks in, eat. Like they're also experiencing.
Wow, they feel at home. They feel at home.
They feel so belonging and they feel so valued in their space of work. We're talking about the young people. These are young people who still have big dreams but don't have ways of achieving such dreams.
What is it that you can't tolerate on a staff?
I don't tolerate theft. I do not tolerate theft. Like if you steal from me, the second I realize about it in any way,
a deal closed.
It's a deal breaker for me. Theft is something I cannot tolerate at all. Wow. Yeah.
Very, very key.
Yeah.
What is one of the most difficult moments in your business that have struck you that up to now you wish you didn't face that?
Let me see. I think I take reviews very seriously. I would have a heart attack for a 1-star review. You know, there are ways that people just review and they didn't even come to the place and they post a photo of somewhere else. And, you know, these reviews annoy me. And I'm like, if I had control over how to delete a bad review, that especially for people who didn't come to experience, I would do that. So we're really properly placed online. 4.9 out of 5 on Google. That's a huge achievement. It's really a few hotels or restaurants that have that, and 9 on booking.com. Like we've placed ourselves in a way that we want to be properly visible online. So if someone comes in, like we had a client who came in and we never opened our swimming pool, it still haunts me. So they spent many days at Nature Kigali.
Do you have a swimming pool now?
We don't have a swimming pool and we've never had a swimming pool. But there is a space that used to have a swimming pool when the property belonged to someone else.
It's still online. They can still see it.
No, we never posted it online. It never had water inside. But in the photo, and which we've never posted, he came when he was like walking around or enjoying the mature gardens of Nature Kigali, and he saw a pool. You know, a pool, an empty pool. He didn't ask us. He didn't do anything. With all the beautiful things he talked about Nature Kigali, he said, but their pool was not operational when I went there.
But you didn't see it online
when you were booking. We never mentioned it online. Why give us a 9 out of 10 and deny us that one because of something that we actually never announced?
But there's also that case. In majority apartments in Kigali. When they are posting on booking.com, I think it's a system of attracting people to come.
No, I don't give false
I've seen like 2 or 3 people that I know the places because I really much know about hospitality.
Right.
I know some places where someone posts an apartment and you know that place, they don't have a swimming pool.
And they lie.
But when you
have a
Google
swimming
it,
pool.
you see that it's a swimming pool.
Yeah.
When you come, do you know what they tell you?
No.
They tell you that actually we just shifted to this new place, and the swimming pool was. I mean,
No,
and people were like,
no.
"Come on, you would attract me in the other way, but not a swimming
Yeah,
pool."
I think
you know.
honesty is one thing, but also false advertisement is something that it's a turn off to clients. You know, like now what we're doing, because nature changes a lot. Nature Kigali changes a lot. So we got in a new photographer, videographer, so that now people see the updated version of Nature Kigali in 2026. This is what we have currently, so that you know what you expect is what you get. So we're not trying to sugarcoat places to make sure we bring in the beautiful, nice things that we don't have. No, we don't. And talking about that, we've documented more than 50 plus species of birds that can be heard or seen around Nature Kigali. So that's also another product that we're going to launch very, very soon next year.
Wow,
Yeah.
because of the
nature
around it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really wonderful. What is that one decision that you remember that you took in your business that dramatically changed the business, the way it operates, that you didn't know about it before, and you were like, this is what was really derailing my business?
Okay. It was mainly around cost management. We would spend a lot in me wanting to create beautiful, but it would cost us an arm and a leg.
Because the return were lower than
The margins
investment.
were low, and then the returns were low, and all this and that. So it took time for us to realize that we actually have a huge leak. You know, our portions were so ginormous. You know, like you'd come in and food would really be like you'd see a meal and you're like, yeah. Because we're so family oriented, we're like, yes, we need to give like good portions. No, add the client food, you know, like that's how it was. But realistically, clients don't need massive portions. And that reflects back on the costs of the business. So you could be working around cutting your costs from the market, but you're actually increasing it on the portions. But again, clients get used to what you're displaying in front of them. So we made a decision of let's come up with a common ground in a way that when Arafat comes to nature, the portion is still generous enough for his expectation, but still not food that he leaves on the plate. Because that was mainly the case. That's what made us make a huge decision on portion cutting in terms of 10, 15%. And that was a real game changer.
Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, we still see people who are asking for portions.
Yes, they're there.
Portion, I think it's now kind of like a cultural part of it.
They're there because when someone comes in for a lunch plate and you have all this beautiful plate of nice, good, fresh food, they're still like,
is it a buffet?
Sorry?
Is it a buffet?
No, it's not a buffet. So we switched it to more of something very interesting. So food is ready when you arrive, and then we serve you.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So we call it a special lunch plate. So you come in for a lunch plate, not a buffet. We wanted unique.
That's wonderful. So if you were to give advice to anyone coming into this space of restaurant and of course boutique hotels,
yes,
what is that you think is now very, very key with in this era of AI? Because I wanted to talk about AI in restaurants. I've seen places where they're telling me that they now have automated responses to reviews. I don't know how they do that.
Yes, they do that.
What would you tell someone that they need to work on before they join this?
Oh, before joining the industry, first of all, do you love it? Is it something you actually want to do? Before even the passion comes, is it something that you see yourself doing every day? Because I feel like at this day and age, if you're not doing something you're interested in, you really are losing out on a lot. Like, put yourself together and do something that you love if you get the opportunity. So do you love it? And then also, do you see it as something that you want to wake up to? Come sun, come rain, come the good days, come the bad days. And 3, like, tap into what's out here. Start small. You know, people want to start huge. Start very, very small and just make sure that you're selling or you're giving experiences, because that's what's going to bring people
back
to you and stay. Because there is having a client, but also maintaining them is something else. So do it in a way that the experience matters more. And the experience goes beyond what they've physically experienced in your space, because I still want you, Arafat, to feel proud of Nature Kigali when you're out, when your friends are talking about it. Recommend us. If your child is having a birthday celebration, please think about us. So these are ways that we also have to keep ourselves visible online, in a way that when you comment or when you give us a review, with all the available technologies, we have to respond to you. We have to make sure that we're advertising. We have to make sure we're basically running Nature Kigali in front of your face so that you don't forget us, because the competition is rising. So much as you're willing to start really small, start with what you have and allow yourself to grow. And also maximize on the opportunities that the country is giving. The fast developing pace of technology is also availing for us. And I feel like it works if you're open-minded. It really works.
What is that one thing that if you had an opportunity, you would advise people responsible for hospitality sector to do, that you see that is still a hindrance? Or what is that one thing that you think is really good happening on the policy part of hospitality sector? Oh, because I believe when you're at home or somewhere in the couch, thinking about your business, there are things that you think about when it comes to policy.
Yes.
And there are things that you think about when it comes to what can be done to ensure that at least there is an easy way of doing business in a free market way, kind of. What is that thing that you would want to see happening on the side of, people responsible for the management of the hospitality sector at large?
I think the first thing would be promoting domestic tourism.
I like that.
Yes, I feel like Rwandans need, we need more encouragement or more awareness in a way of being shown to love what we have. If I stood here and I asked 100 people on the streets, have you been, 100 people who can afford on the streets, and I say, have you guys been to the Gorilla? Tell me how many would say yes. We're talking 1, 2 out of 10 per se.
That's a very strong point.
It is a very strong point.
Because myself, I keep asking myself, when will I visit gorillas?
We take it for granted.
I mean, it's not easy. It's not affordable. Right?
For Rwandans, it is. You'd be surprised. For Rwandans, it is very small amount. And with guests that we have at Nature Kigali, we see them do day trips. So we could easily do day trips as Rwandans. We have a lot of tourist spaces that we could actually go and experience. And it doesn't have to be every weekend. Living in Thailand showed me that domestic tourism can actually promote a particular space, because you find the Thais themselves, yes, there's so many other factors. I'm not denying that. Like, transportation is cheaper. They have like proper transportation systems, like the trains, the BTSs, and the flights are very cheaper than domestic flights. But also us, like I'm talking about people who can actually afford
transport to gorillas.
Like, what's that? We take transportation and visit our relatives in the provinces. So we could be intentional in promoting domestic tourism. And I feel like the government or the different sectors that are responsible should do a few things to make sure that people are encouraged to visit what we have and take advantage of what we have around in the country, because this country is so beautiful. Like, when you leave Rwanda for like even a year or two, that's when you realize we have a beautiful country.
I mean, there's so many places that we can visit.
A lot.
But we don't.
Like, can you imagine such an experience with your children?
Yes.
Can you imagine them understanding the history of the country that they're living in?
So you think they've given much effort to promoting it to foreigners and but not much domestically advertised or even promoted, or even the great awareness about it?
I'm not going to say that they're not.
Is it kind of we ourselves, the locals, that are not tapping into this?
I think it's again a mindset. We take things for granted. Look at our weather, Arafat. Let's talk the weather in Rwanda. We basically experience the rain an hour, and then it's beautiful and sunny during the day, and the nights are cool, and the mornings we all have sweaters on.
It's more from the experience. We've not had another experience, most of us,
Rare for so many countries that experience these seasonal changes, and they have to hide, and places are gray, and this is such a beautiful space that actually the weather is a great factor for tourism. And that should reflect back to the Rwandans themselves or the East Africans to maximize on domestic tourism because of fact of weather, like just weather. And again, most places have customized the experiences based on foreigners. Maybe that's also a mindset. To me, most things rely on mindsets. So if the responsible organs take part into encouraging or educating people on the benefits of domestic tourism, I feel like that would be a game changer. Like gukunda ibyiwacu before the others come and love them for us and actually show us the beauty of them, of what we have. Can you imagine?
Seriously.
Yeah.
You've talked about that, and you've reminded me something that I didn't ask you that I think is really very important.
Please.
We have so many people who are running hospitality business who kind of treat foreigners way more than locals.
Yes.
And that also deters most of the local people to feel the spaces. To feel like, this is a foreign space. When I go there, these guys are going to treat me like this. I mean, there are so many places that you think and you say, no, I can't go this place.
Right, yeah.
What do you think? Is that also part of the mindset, or how can that be changed? Because now, seriously, let me tell you, the amount the Nigerian guy can pay, I think so many Rwandans who can pay.
Correct. That's true.
Regardless of the Nigerian, even someone from Europe.
Yes.
It comes from how do you treat me to be able to feel like I find myself in your space. Otherwise, money shouldn't be the issue.
Yes. Oh, that's such a great point. I like it. As a business, Nature Kigali, that attracts, we basically target the locals. And by the locals, I'm talking specifically on East Africans. And then, on another hand, we attract foreigners, mainly because our concept comes around family, and they already have that mindset of outing with families, taking children to play because we have a nice playground, safe playground. They understand it and they are attracted to us. Now, on the side of the locals, my staff know 100% that these are the people that we want. I design children's playgrounds. So, to me, one of my biggest achievements would be seeing Kigali and then outside Kigali have a lot of play spaces. Like, that's my dream. I really would hope maybe my children will be grown, but for now, I'm into the business of designing and producing playgrounds. So having all that combination together, my people, my workers know 100% that we value people equally, regardless whether they're from where or from where. We value them equally. Our menus are the same. Like, we don't have a menu for a foreigner.
I mean,
for the Rwandans.
Seriously, Christian, let me tell you. I think we are taking this lightly. There are some places we go to.
Yes, I know.
These 5-star hotels.
Yeah.
You go there and imagine, I mean, a receptionist looks at you as someone who does not deserve to be there.
I know what you're talking about.
And you can sense the moment.
Yes.
You can sense the situation and say, what's wrong with this person? Seriously, this person doesn't even know me.
Yeah, I'm going to give you, just out of the books, I'm going to let no one take me, like no one holds this against me, but I really had to do it. I had one of my staff who were so good. He was so good. He was always happy. He was so quick. He was, he had passion. And I think one of my clients, one of my usual clients, was seated there, and they saw how another client, how much he was caring for another client. It wasn't like a foreigner and another foreigner. They were both Rwandans, but it was totally a different way of serving. So I had to let him go. So I imagined if this experience had happened between a foreigner, the same scenario you're painting or you're mentioning, like I couldn't take it in my head. Like, that was setting the tone that all clients are treated the same, whether they're both Rwandans, whether they're a parent or not a parent, whether it's a group that came from an NGO or a simple bridal shower of 15 people, we're gonna treat them the same.
And surprisingly, these are things done by the staff.
Yeah.
They're not actually done even by the boss, because the owner cannot do that.
No. Yeah, but
he or she doesn't know you. But I think it's cultural, kind of branded. It also comes from the boss, and the boss plants it into the. I don't know where it traces from. Seriously,
it's hard to dig. It's hard to dig, but I would believe, like, again, coming back to the hospitality bodies that are in charge, maybe educating people, like putting out programs once quarterly to bring people in like a big hall and just talk to them about customer service, talk about standards. Talk about the norms and the do nots. Do not ever do this. Do not, basically train all the staff, not only the management. I'm in a business program that trains entrepreneurs, and they call the business owners, but sometimes they call the staff. To me, that's something I really appreciate. And they say, send us your marketing person, send us 2 of your service people, send us, your operations, your stock. So they have different programs for different divisions of a company. So that's a beautiful thing. But now, could it diversify to the nation so that, I was in a place in the Eastern Province the last 2 days, and oh my God, we need a whole lot of improvement. The small details, the small little things.
That really strikes me a lot, because
so we still have room to improve.
It happened to me. I once visited one of the famous places in Kigali.
Right.
And this guy, he looked at me like as if it was like, why are you here? Kind of. No. You can see someone's actions speak louder than words.
That's correct. Yeah.
And with actions, I would see that this guy is like, who the hell are you? This place is for the white and for the and then he was like, how can we help you?
Oh no.
And actually in Kinyarwanda it sounds very well.
Right.
What do you need?
What are you here for?
Because you don't belong here. You don't belong here. We wouldn't expect you here.
Right.
I mean, but to me, I think it roots from the employers, the owners. Because let me tell you, it is very easy to change the culture of the staff. Because it becomes easy when you know your staff. Some people, they don't know their staff. They don't take time to understand them. They don't take time to tell them how the business operates. If you don't do that, I mean, if I am your staff,
yes,
I wouldn't treat someone like that if I know my boss wouldn't be happy with that.
Remember, some business owners are not present in their businesses.
And that's bad.
So someone thinks putting up a 30-bedroom hotel and like a restaurant on the side, that's enough.
That's not for sure.
It's not enough, because just like you're saying that it comes from the management, the culture they've planted. I feel like also being present in the business, it helps meet Arafat, meet someone X, someone Y, someone Z, and hear their experience, you know? So when someone is reporting to you, they're going to edit a lot of things they're going to say to you. They're going to make sure that you hear what you want to hear. Then they won't tell you about the things that went wrong. Sometimes I come to work and I'm like, guys, ejo pati ya jenzit. And the common answer is, ya jenzeneza. So I go to my client, hello Arafat, how was your event yesterday? And then you say, oh my God, it was 100% great. Blah, 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 blah. But I asked for water and then you delayed by 5 minutes. So to me, I would have wanted my staff to tell me that. Do you get my point? So I want to hear it from you who was serving them than to my
kind of
service
like, what was
receiver.
the complaint?
What was the complaint? What was the compliment?
What is it that they didn't like about here?
Exactly. But then also to you, with your experience in that particular place, if you sit your staff down, don't dive into the sales maybe, but just show them the value of Arafat coming to Nature Kigali. Arafat has 2 kids. Someone else has 3 kids. Someone else has 1 child. Someone else, maybe they don't have kids, but they'll come in as a group or they'll come in individually. That's money we are losing.
Definitely.
And why are we here at the end of the day, at the end of the whole experience, at the end of what returns do we want?
Definitely.
We want it to be monetary. Like we want it to come in hands of money, the fruits of our sweat, you know? So making your staff see that, it opens their eyes a bit. And they understand
that whenever you mistreat a client,
you're losing out.
You're losing out
on
money.
A sell. So you're intentionally ruining the company. Because if we start going in losses when the curve was really showing well, and because of you, we're going down, with time we will know.
Sure.
And it won't just affect you. It will affect everyone that you work with.
Very true, very true.
And so many families that we're feeding in this company.
Very true, very true.
And our reputation and everything. So it's a matter of culture, creating a culture of people understanding why are we there. People have to feel belonging, like that's something they know. Kuri Nature Kigali, you have to feel belonging. We don't compromise on that.
I like that.
We customize it in a way that you're 100% feeling belonging.
Wow.
Yes.
Kristen, is there anything that you would want, that when you are coming here, you are like, I want to speak about this, that perhaps I didn't mention, that you feel like you have to stress out before we call it the end of our conversation?
Yeah, I think I'd like to tell people a bit more about Nature Kigali. I know you guys have heard a lot and probably seen a lot, but our location is perfect. We are in Nyarutarama, in a very good neighborhood, away from the busy Kigali, but still in Nyarutarama. We attract mainly families and groups. But then also we care so much about each person who comes in. We have a lot of innovative events happening every time that we organize or that other people organize, and we provide the space for it. So people can keep updated on our social media platforms.
Okay. So, I mean, if you to tell someone out there who would want to come to Nature Kigali, what is your special meal? Because we know places with their special stuff. What is your special meal? What would you tell someone if you come to Nature Kigali? I beg you, ask for this. Someone might come today, might come next month, might come next year.
If you come to Nature Kigali, you'd be expected to enjoy locally produced meal.
Wow, that's wonderful.
So we don't have a speciality per se, but because of the different experiences with different cuisines, we put it all together to blend one special menu.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but we emphasize on local. In like 3 or 5 years, we want to be sourcing 80% of our food from our farms. So that's our plan we have.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, first of all, and we appreciate your time here. And of course, so many people, I believe you've learned a lot from Christine Bawazi, the CEO and owner of Nature Kigali. You can feel it. She's very passionate about this business. And of course, go watch our podcast, subscribe. See you next time.